It was a Tuesday, not a special Tuesday, just one of those gray, forgettable days when the clouds decide to cry without warning. Emma was late. Again, she ran across the college courtyard, her bag pressed tight against her chest, her coffee already ruined by the rain, her favorite notebook soaking through. And then she stopped because there was a boy standing in the middle of the courtyard, not running, not rushing, not even holding an umbrella, just standing, eyes closed, face tilted slightly upward, like the rain was something he had been waiting for his entire life. Emma stared at him. The whole campus was a blur of umbrellas and wet shoes and people rushing to escape the weather. And this one boy looked like he belonged to it. Who does that? She thought. Who just stands in the rain like that? He opened his eyes and looked directly at her. Emma felt something strange in that moment. Not love, not yet, just recognition. Like her heart had seen a face it had been quietly searching for and didn't know how to explain it to her brain yet. He smiled just a small, quiet smile and said, "You might want to move. Your notebook is drowning." Emma looked down. He was right. She ran under the nearest shelter. But even from there, even with the rain between them, she couldn't stop looking back. His name, she would find out later, was Liam, and that small, quiet smile had just changed everything. They had English literature together. Emma had never noticed him before, which was strange, because Liam was not the kind of person who was easy to miss. He sat 2 rows behind her. He always arrived exactly on time. Never early, never late. He underlined things in his books with pencil, not pen. He drank black coffee from a battered old thermos. And he laughed quietly, like laughter was something private. Something meant only for people who had earned it. Emma started noticing everything. It started with a book. One afternoon, she left her copy of Wuthering Heights on her desk and rushed to another class. When she came back, there was a sticky note on the cover. Page 147. The part everyone skips but shouldn't. No name, no signature. Emma flipped to page 147. She read it, and then she sat very still for a long, long time. He sees things differently, she thought. He really does. The next day, she left a note on his desk. Page 203. The part everyone misunderstands. And that was how it began. Notes, then words, then conversations that started after class and somehow lasted until the library was closing. They talked about books, about music, about the small things that most people don't think are worth talking about. And somehow those small things filled entire evenings. One night, walking across the empty campus, Liam said something Emma never forgot. "I think the saddest thing in the world is someone who has so much to say, but no one who really wants to listen." Emma looked at him. "I'm listening," she said quietly. Liam looked at her, and something in his eyes shifted. Like a door that had been closed for a very long time had just opened, just slightly. Neither of them said anything after that, but the silence felt like the most honest conversation they had ever had. 3 months passed, and something was growing between them. Quiet and slow, like a plant that doesn't need to be told to grow. It just does. But Emma was scared. She had been here before. Not with Liam, but with someone else. Someone who had looked at her the same way, and then looked away without explanation. Someone who had made her feel like she was everything, and then made her feel like she was absolutely nothing. So she started pulling back, answering his messages a little slower, finding reasons to leave early, building small, invisible walls around herself, one at a time. Don't do this, she told herself every night. Don't ruin something good before it even starts. But fear doesn't listen to logic. Liam noticed. Of course he noticed. One afternoon, he found her sitting alone on the rooftop of the arts building, the place she always went when she needed to think. He sat beside her without asking permission. For a long time, neither of them spoke. The city stretched out below them, small and distant and humming. Then Liam said quietly, "You don't have to tell me what you're afraid of, but I need you to know I'm not going anywhere." Emma's eyes filled with tears she refused to let fall. "You don't know that," she said. "No," he agreed, "but I know me, and I know that whatever this is, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose you." Emma looked at him, really looked at him, and for the first time in a very long time, She let herself want something without being afraid of it. She didn't say anything. She just reached out slowly, carefully, and took his hand. Liam looked down at their hands, and then he looked at her and smiled. That quiet, small smile, the same one she had first seen in the rain. After that evening on the rooftop, things changed. Not loudly, not dramatically, just softly, the way mornings change when the sun finally decides to rise. They started studying together every Thursday. Emma learned that Liam made the best terrible coffee and couldn't fold a map to save his life. Liam learned that Emma laughed loudest at her own jokes and cried at every sad movie, even the one she had seen 5 times before. They learned each other, the real versions, the messy, imperfect, beautifully honest versions. And then came the night of the winter formal. Emma hadn't planned to go, but Liam had asked, casually, nervously, pretending it wasn't a big deal. And she had said yes before she even finished thinking about it. They danced badly, both of them, completely offbeat, stepping on each other's feet, laughing too loud for quiet music. It was absolutely nothing like a romantic movie, and it was the best night of Emma's life. Late in the evening, they slipped outside the courtyard, the same courtyard where Emma had first seen Liam standing in the rain. It was cold and clear now, stars bright above them. Liam stopped walking. He turned to face her. "Can I say something?" he asked. "You never ask permission to say things," Emma smiled. "I know, but this one feels important." She waited. "I have been not lonely, exactly, but alone in a way I couldn't explain. Like I was carrying something heavy with no one to put it down with. And then you happened, and I don't know how to say this correctly, so I'm just going to say it. You are the most important person I have ever met, Emma, and I am completely, absolutely in love with you." Emma stood there for a long moment. The stars were very bright. The air was very cold. Her heart was very full. "Liam," she said softly, "I have been falling in love with you since the moment I saw you standing in the rain. And I was so scared. I was so scared to say it." "Why?" "Because it felt too real. And real things can break." He stepped closer. "Then we'll be careful," he said. "Both of us. Together." And then, finally, beautifully, after all the waiting, he leaned in, and she closed her eyes. And the cold night air felt suddenly completely warm. Spring came slowly that year, and with it, warmth. Real warmth. The kind that doesn't just touch your skin, but reaches somewhere deeper. Emma and Liam became the kind of couple that other people quietly smiled at. Not because they were perfect. They weren't. They argued about small things. They misunderstood each other sometimes. They had days when everything felt difficult and heavy. But they had made a promise to be careful with each other. Always. One morning, months later, they were back in the same courtyard. The sun was warm. The sky was impossibly blue. Emma was reading. Of course she was reading. Liam was lying on the grass beside her, eyes closed, face turned toward the sun, completely at peace. Emma looked at him for a long, quiet moment. "I used to be so afraid," she thought. "And look at us now." "Hey," she said. Liam opened one eye. "Hey," he said. "I'm glad you were standing in the rain that day." He smiled. That same smile. The first one, the quiet one, the one that had started everything. "I was waiting for something," he said softly. "I just didn't know it was you." Emma laughed. Warm and real and completely unguarded. And somewhere above them, the sky was cloudless and impossibly bright. There was no rain today. They didn't need it anymore. They had already found each other.